Hi everyone, and welcome to the educational video series, Learn American Mahjong. I'm Debbie Barnett, and thanks so much for watching. First and foremost, I want you to give yourself a big pat on the back for taking the steps to learn one of the greatest games ever played around the globe. Hundreds of thousands of people already play in the United States and Canada. And if you're wondering why, I could sum it up in a few words. It's challenging, never boring, keeps your cognitive skills at peak performance, and the social aspect unites and ignites friendships like no other game out there. So let's get started at what's included in this video series. In Lesson 1, you will learn the tiles, the groupings, and proper naming conventions. In Lesson 2, you will learn how to read the card. In Lesson 3, you'll learn the basic game rules needed to play at a beginner level. In Lesson 4, I move on to game setup, including mixing the tiles and building the walls. In Lesson 5, you'll learn how to decide on who the East player is, breaking the wall, the deal, racking the tiles, and the initial tile setup. In Lesson 6, we start to get into the nitty-gritty by rearranging your tiles to target specific category and/or hands. In Lesson 7, we begin learning about the Charleston and the first 3 passes. In Lesson 8, we talk about when and why it is advisable to stop the Charleston. In Lesson 9, we move on to the second Charleston and the second 3 passes, plus the optional last pass. In Lesson 10, I'll go over the game mechanics, pick and discard, and calling discards. In Lesson 11, the game begins, and I will play through the first third of the game, which is also considered the begin game. In Lesson 12, the game continues with the second 1/3 of the game, also referred to as the middle game. In Lesson 13, we arrive at the last third of the game, or otherwise referred to as the end game. In Lesson 14, I'll sum it all up for you with reminders and tips. Well, that about wraps it up. And there's a lot to learn. But before you get started, please head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe and click the bell so that you get notifications when a new video posts. Thank you so much and enjoy this educational video series.